binary stars! The binary stars! Lift off and the clock has started. The binary stars! The binary stars!
Nice to be in orbit.
Welcome, friends, to another edition of Binary Star Wrestling, the best wrestling channel in the whole universe, known and unknown. I am, of course, Chris Adams, the Super Suplexer.
And I am Henry Liverman, the Suplex Scholar.
Yeah, dude. Have you dialed it in now? You feel like you've got it in?
I feel like that's like part of the Suplex Scholar now.
Yeah, I think so too. Mine is the like over the top.
I was about to ask. So you're
unnecessary.
dialed in with the text. Like, I feel like we got it.
Yeah. What does yours mean? What are you going for?
I'm thinking like a pensive look, like a scholar,
Yeah.
right? Like it's like I'm
Yeah.
considering things.
Yeah, I like that.
What about yours?
I don't know. I don't even know what compelled me to do it the first time.
Not everything has to have a deeper meaning, though. Sometimes things can just look cool.
That's right, and it just felt right at the moment, and it stuck.
I feel like that's deeper meaning enough.
I think so. I mean, my tendency is to create depth of meaning when there is none, so let's stick with it. It's just cool. Yeah.
I like that strategy. You get the
my.
cart and then figure out the horse.
That's right. To all of our friends out in the galaxy, in the parts known and unknown, whether you are known to us or you have yet to join our orbit, we hope that you do. Go to our website, binarystarwrestling.com, where you can click on the link that says Get in Orbit. What that'll do is that'll shoot an email straight to us that lets us know that you want to be in our orbit, that you want to hear about all the upcoming specials we have, any merch drops, any discount codes. If you want that list, if you want to be on it, you know what to do. Get in orbit, baby.
That's right. Get in orbit and make sure to hit like and subscribe on this video as well so you can stay in our YouTube orbit as well as our greater internet orbit.
It's amazing how big an impact a click on the like and subscribe does for a channel like ours. It really bumps it up into the stratosphere.
That's right. And so if you're a fan of high quality, poignant, and hilarious content, this is the place for you.
Oh, absolutely. And even if you're not a fan of that and you just like watching a couple dudes have fun, this is the place for you too.
That's right.
Yeah. People who occasionally have to borrow their son's Fortnite headphones because my Logitech boring ass ones are nowhere to be found.
Hey, they look good.
But now do they look good? Yeah. Maybe like they'll become my Fortnite headphones.
Maybe we can trick the youth into subscribing with those.
That's right. Children's. Wait, no, I got an appeal directly to the camera. Children's. We're up with the times.
We do the Fortnites.
Yeah, Fortnite. Isn't that about, 20 days?
That's probably what they're referring to.
That's right. That's exactly it. Some old Civil War lingo. I didn't know Abraham Lincoln had a goat or a llama, whatever the Fortnite thing is.
You learn something new every day.
I'm sure our least favorite fan, Wrestling Fan 69, will have some shit to say.
Probably.
About it. But you know what he's not going to have anything to say about?
What's he not going to have anything to say about?
Any opportunity to bitch, complain, moan, because this week we are debuting our 5 years cooking. We've been waiting to update the format of our show. If you go back to the very beginning, we've kind of been running the similar thing. Look, 5 years ago, we didn't know any better.
Yep.
It's been working for us. But today's the day.
It is.
Where we are debuting the new format where we are going to have all sorts of different segments that can be woven in and out with games, with prizes, with bets, with jocularity, with deep passion. Friends, you are at the ground level of the newest edition of Binary Star Wrestling. And there's no better place to be than right here today. And you know why also he isn't going to have an opportunity to complain?
Why?
Because there is not going to be any opportunity for binary bitches.
That's right. We ain't having binary bitches. Not today.
Let them know what binary bitches is, my dude.
So binary bitches, despite being a name for the two of us, is also a term for when one or both of the binary stars has some kind of complaint about something.
That's right.
So we
ain't complaining today.
That's right. If we're unhappy with something, with a creative choice, with an aesthetic choice on any of the shows we watch, that's AEW, Ring of Honor, even WWE from time to time. If we have a complaint on any of those things, we will have ourselves a binary bitch fest, which is also a fun term for both of us.
That is. I feel like that term really, I mean, maybe that segment should just be about us. I say something about you, you say something about me. We model interpersonal growth and learning.
And we are the binary bitches.
Oh my God. Anyway, if you can't tell, y'all are in for a fun one today. I say we kick it off with something brand new. And this pithy name came straight from your brilliance, man. So let us in. What's that first one we go with?
It sure did. So the first segment that we will now traditionally start with is going to be called the 2 stars, 5 stars.
2-star, 5-star.
Yeah, so this is like our absolute favorite things of the week. Yeah. The match we loved the most, the angle we really appreciated, something that was 5 stars to us. It does not have to necessarily be a match that was ranked 5 stars or, anything like that. This is a subjective 5-star system. So if it was a 5-star, if it was a 5-star Tekla promo for you, then that is your star 5-star.
That would be hard because I feel like every Tekla promo is a 5-star promo.
I know. She really does consistently kill it.
Dude, she's so good. She's so freaking good.
She's super good.
All right, dude. So you're going to let us in? I'm eager to know what your 5 stars are because contrary to popular belief, we don't share our opinions when we have these surprise segments. So to all those in orbit, I am getting his brilliance for the first time too.
That's true. We do go into this relatively blind. We have a general idea of the others' likes, dislikes, views, and things like that, but it keeps things more fresh and interesting if we share a lot of these things on the air.
Sure does.
Although I think that you might will agree with my 5-star thing. And it is, of course, Darby Allin beating MJF.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was one of, I've got 2. That was one of them.
I also have 2. Is your second one Darby Allin versus Ciampa?
To be fair, I lumped the 2 Darby experiences together last week because for me, they went well together.
Sure.
So no.
Okay.
But
so
we are on the same line. Maybe I cheated then. I've got 3s. Ooh, out the gate, I'm fucking it up.
I had it as 2, but I consider them kind of like the Darby cycle of...
yeah, that's what I was... Yeah.
Because it really is kind of a continuation of the same story. So those were mine. Before we dive into that, I'd be interested to hear what your other one is.
Aha. So mine is a promo, more than promo, the face-off between Moxley and Ospreay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And on a lot of ways, a lot of levels, lots of people have been pointing out, more than just some people's be pointing out on the streets, that this could be a way for him to slow down his in-ring style, or become less high-flying, right, and become more grab-based, mat-based. So what if which is kayfabe, is a story of learning from Mox, but in reality, it allows for him to lessen some of the more severe moves that he might do. So I don't know, but that whole thing was killer. Dude.
I really thought it was killer too. I think I have it on my notes twice. Like to talk about it in 2 separate instances because I think it is very interesting. Yeah, so I would.
Well, don't shoot your load on that one. You save it for that one later because I want to hear that one.
That's what I was thinking. Like I feel like we would be remiss if we did not immediately start with the massive and face painted elephant in the room of Darby Allin.
I'd love to see a face painted elephant.
Do you think they would have...
As long as it was done in a cruelty-free environment.
Sure. Do you think that they would have paint all the way down the trunk?
No. I'm envisioning almost like remember like in the Uruk-hai in Lord of the Rings, they get that bloody hand that kind of goes sideways. So if an elephant had like some sort of massive like war paint, like that would look cool.
I could see that.
Yeah, I mean like Darby's is gnarly. Like, give me a Darby-fied elephant. So the elephant in the room. All right, we both picked this as one of our 2-star, 5 stars. Why though?
Well, not only is it a massive shift from, I feel like, what general fans were expecting.
Yeah.
It super subverts expectations. Number one, like, not only did he win, like, did Darby Allin win, subverting expectations, but it was also a squash match.
Yeah. I mean, a legit just squash smashed, man.
Which I was not expecting. I thought there was like when I saw that I did not have much time left on the episode, I was like, oh, it must continue on. Like,
I did too.
I was like, that can't, they must postpone it in some capacity. But then no, bam, coffin drop, 3 more of them, and wham bam.
What did you make of him doing the low blow, though? I mean, we haven't even really talked about this too much. Does that sully the win in your mind?
I don't think so.
For Darby? It doesn't for me.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
It's a taste of his own medicine.
That was my thinking as well. It works situationally.
Yeah.
And like for MJF, it works in character for him to be doing sleazy shit like that most of the time, punching people with rings, like low blows, distracting refs, that type of stuff. Right. And so for him, usually he gets a pass, since that's sort of his deal, right? But but it was nice to see him have some comeuppance, right? Of Darby kind of being able to get that low blow in on him.
Yeah, I loved it. I don't think it devalued the win. It didn't really make him less honorable. It's sort of like, hey, you've got this person who is the epitome of dishonor in the ring in MJF. Is anybody really going to consider it cheating to just use the exact same tool he just used on you? Right. Like no one with any moral calculus would do that.
No, I don't think so either. And then everybody coming out to support him, and Brody King, and just fucking everybody. Like, I thought that
it was so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I went in it preemptively angry about it.
Yeah, the text messages
where I was like,
between us.
I was like, I know he's gonna win, and fuck. but I don't know. After watching it and seeing seeing Darby's build up and everything, I was like, okay, I'm with it. Let's see where this goes.
It turned me. I mean, I wasn't as much of a Darby Allin hater as you were, but certainly he wasn't somebody where I was like, oh, Darby Allin's wrestling tonight, great.
Right.
I dig the stuff with the dogs. Any fan of our channel knows I love that Tarantino weird shit. But I understood once it happened why it happened and why it's a good thing. And the way that they told the story, and then the story that they're telling, which seems to be one of, he's going to run his body into the ground, and so when he loses, he'll lose with dignity, right?
I think so too.
And that's a cool story. That's really the one you can tell with him. I mean, because he can't beat all of the heavyweights, right? Like,
I mean, God, I hope not.
Right. I mean, dude, imagine if what this starts off is him beating Brody King, then going on beating Swerve, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Will Ospreay
beats Kenny Omega, defeats the Death Riders in a 5-on-1.
Yeah. Yes. Dude, and then he's just, it's the new belt collector, and he has them all. And then he beats all the women.
That's what I was just thinking. And then he gets all the women's belts. He goes to New Japan. He's the heavyweight TV champ there.
Dude, now I'm just imagining like Darby Allin, almost like the Michelin Man, just from like head to toe, surrounded by belts.
That's sort of what I was picturing. You can't even see him.
So that would be too far for both of us. But this is right on target right now.
I think so too. And I also did not think that he would lose to Ciampa. I did think he would win that one as well. Like, like you can't have that level of build up and then have him lose immediately.
No, that would have been wild.
I agree. I mean,
and now it's sort of like when they had Ciampa come in and just take the TNT.
That's what I was
on
thinking.
His first night. It made it like, could he do it again?
Yeah, and to be fair, he did only have it for what, 11 days?
Was it really that short?
I think it was.
Wow.
I think he had it for 11 days. Is my recollection. I am open to correction, but I believe that to be correct.
It will be Wrestle. What is even his real name? Sometimes, I don't know. It's him.
It's him. We know. Our nemesis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It is he.
But I saw that Ciampa had called Darby his wrestling soulmate.
Yeah, dude. That was like crazy high praise because I thought that was Johnny Gargano over in WWE.
That was their thing, right? I mean, they had like...
I thought that was them.
Yeah, like if you find fucking playlists of their feud, they're like 9 hours long of matches.
Yeah.
Like they had it going on. So I would like it if there was some kind of ongoing thing with Darby Allin and Ciampa. Like,
yeah.
Ciampa, I think that their styles are surprisingly complementary, which was a similar observation to when Darby went up against Andrade.
For real. And I think that's what you and I texted about, like, wow, like Darby got them grabs.
Right.
Because we hadn't seen it in anything like that in a while. I mean, he had those runs with the TNT belt, but even when he was wrestling back then, and we were pretty new fans, well, AEW was itself new. Maybe we weren't paying attention to his skill as much back then, but I simply didn't expect that between him and Andrade.
No, I really didn't either.
Nor him and Ciampa.
No, I was legitimately very floored by both of them, by both of those matches. All three, and including the MJF one.
Yeah, dude, all of it is just, they've been firing, man. They really have.
Yeah.
And this bullshit of like, people don't tell stories. Like the fact that you can still hear this narrative on socials, like AEW doesn't tell stories. I'm like, wait, I think it was a 6-year payoff in the MJF and Darby Allin feud, because their first match on the Indies, MJF beat him with a side headlock takeover. So that's a 6-year long story.
Yeah, that's full circle. That's full circle.
That's perfect. And sometimes that's all you need, right? Like that motivation was so pure. Like, I'm going to beat you with something you beat me 6 years ago.
Yeah, I thought that was a very cool ending. Yeah, very happy with I'm pretty happy with it. Also, the graphics look fucking sick of Darby Allin, like as the champ with all the white in the graphic. Really, it reminds me of those pictures of like biblically accurate angels. You know what I'm talking about? Where
it did have that feel.
Yeah, where it's got like a cool cosmic kind of feel to it that I thought was cool. I've really liked the graphics.
What did you make of that? Because I was vibing with it too, and I'm like, it wasn't the art direction that I anticipated.
No, his aesthetic is usually quite dark, dark, like Bauhausy sounding music, very sort of new wavy, and like the crows flying,
right?
Lots of like blacks and purples and generally dark. But then it was like victory, like white.
Maybe that's the contrast. Yeah, like even looks evil is a big time baby face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's sort of my takeaway from it.
Dude, it was perfect. Sting popping up. As soon as Sting came up, I was like, he definitely wins.
That was cool.
But how could you not have that happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sting.
Like, what an asshole Sting would have been if he said, "Nah, I don't think I can come back for that."
Or if he was like, "You got it, man," and then he just got stomped.
Yeah, it's your time. Oh, it's not your time.
Right? I misread this.
Yeah,
that's funny. Well, I'm glad that we align on that.
Wait, we align. That's right. So let's move to the Mox Ospreay thing, because you said you had some you had some stuff that had popped up twice in your notes, and that showed up in my 5-star thing.
Should we move to our next segment in order to discuss it?
Let's do it then.
So our next segment will be our discussion on Dynamite, Collision, and Ring of Honor, and we call this Khan's Corner. Yeah.
I want to start with what I think is for you as well, MJF versus the Jet.
I did have that also.
Oh,
I think that's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Are you ready for the Jet to drop that belt?
Do you think the Jet will lose?
If it was WWE, the Jet would guaranteed he would be losing this Wednesday night, so that then there could be belt to belt and be some stakes, right? Which is the setup. You know, if he gets it, then I think the idea would be Darby grants MJF a rematch only if he puts something up. Well, what's he gonna get? The TNT Championship. So if he wins it, that's how I would look at the story going. Right?
At how it.
I hope not though, because I would love it for the Jet to retain clean against the former heavyweight champion. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, I kind of would too. I'm enjoying MJF's crash out about all of this.
Yes.
Like all of his
Got the goddamn music.
yeah, the poor Hebrew hammer, man.
Oh, how about when the Jet said he was going to slap that big nose off his face?
And then it cuts to MJF. He's like, "Oh, my nose! Oh, my nose!"
It's like, man, like, you know, because it was like, it wasn't anti-Semitic because it wasn't big, you know, it didn't insult him, but it played like on that whole, like, you could just feel, and I could imagine MJF telling him to say that, you know, like, dude, make fun of my nose.
Yeah. I feel like he's been leaning more into the big Hebrew stuff lately.
Yeah.
Which I think is really funny. Like I've replayed it in my mind several times when he tells who is it? Is it Don Callis? He calls him the mensch of the cinch. It's like, of course you're a mensch. You're the mensch of the cinch.
Yeah.
I was like, that is extremely funny.
That is ridiculous, dude.
But yeah, I'm really excited for MJF versus the Jet. I honestly don't know. I want the Jet to retain.
I do too.
But I'm not sure which direction it'll go. Either way, I really like this kind of like two big egos colliding.
Yeah. Did you think the Jet held his own on the mic?
It's hard with MJF.
Yeah.
I didn't think the Jet was bad. And I think that if he was out there alone, that it would have been real good. But like, compared to MJF, it's really hard.
One of the things I noticed about MJF in this segment, and I haven't been noticing it, I don't know why, is he did sell for the promo, right? Like when the Jet would say something insulting, like MJF responded like it really hurt. So he's not just a good giver of a promo, he's a good taker. Like, and so he by his very nature just elevated the Jets promo because it made it seem more viable, even though the Jets wasn't bad, right? But that's that genius where it's like, oh man, like he wants to make everybody look good, even when he himself is just saying he wants everyone to look bad. You know, like, yeah.
I mean, that's a mark of a good wrestler, right? It's like,
really
you know,
is.
you not only win awesomely, but when you lose, it makes the other dude look good. Yeah, so
That's right. Well, because especially if you come back and beat him, what, you're going to come back and beat a non-viable threat?
yeah, right?
And so AEW does this so much better than WWE on commentary. And you talk about this often, how Don Callis will be like, this person's an amazing wrestler. They're better than a lot of the wrestlers in my stable. They're just a terrible human being.
Yeah. Dude, Don Callis is so fucking funny.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He cracks me up. All right. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to hear your thoughts on the Will Ospreay thing. Full thoughts.
Okay. The full thoughts on the Wednesday to Saturday piece.
Yes. Like, include like his match and the subsequent promo.
Yeah. The match was awesome.
Yes.
Nothing he touches is bad. I did also find myself now 2 weeks in a row thinking, really? With a fused neck? When sometimes I can't sit comfortably with a fused back. Like, and so then to have him get stomped like that, and then to have him put over Mark Davis in this incredible way. Like I thought the way that he sold for Davis was right. There's no asterisk on Mark Davis's victory. He pummeled him so much that the doctor was like, no more. Like that is a victory.
Yeah. He indisputably won.
Then the weird thing with the Death Riders, where they just take his corpse and you're like, the hell? So then brilliantly, you have to wait several days till you get your answer on Collision, which is, we can help you become the best version of yourself. Just means you're going to have to do things different.
Very cool video package.
God. And then when Mox puts his neck in there and is like, look, I'll give it to you. The camera shakes. Like, so now they're telling a layered story across various mediums and their segments. And this was something that you just wouldn't see in other promotions. The kind of like quiet time they spent in the segment, right? Like it had a True Detective vibe, dude.
Yeah, I get that. It was quiet.
And, yeah.
Quiet is a good word for it, I think.
Yeah. So that really just jumped out for me as something
super
really
cool. Where do you think Ospreay goes from this? Is this an invitation to like become more Death Rider-y?
Dude, that's what I thought. Like, hold on, this thing. The Fortnite headset is betraying me. Children's. Obviously, I'm not the Fortnite demographic. So
the youth have betrayed us.
The youth. All right. I think it would be really cool to see a laser-focused Will Ospreay within the context of the Death Riders. Does he take over the Death Riders? We toyed with this before, that he might be the one to take over. I don't know if I would like that.
Yeah.
Someone said, murder assassin, 2.0 Will Ospreay and the Death Riders. Like, that could be cool. I would like to see him maybe dabble, not become a full member, but learn some things and have Moxley become sort of that father figure now. Like, hey, he's the new William Regal, right? For AEW.
I think I would like them to take in Will Ospreay and cut loose Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, well, that would be a net positive,
right? Maybe he could take Wheeler Yuta with him. I have no problems with Wheeler Yuta, but you got to put somebody with him. So it's like maybe they go on to become some kind of tag team or something.
Well, if the Death Riders are a traveling band of pirates, Daniel Garcia is just the deck swabber.
Yeah,
they need him around.
He is the cabin boy. Yeah,
he's got the rickets for it.
He does. He's built like a cabin boy.
Wait, were you just referencing the Chris Elliott movie Cabin Boy?
No.
Oh my God, dude. We should stop recording right now. We won't, but you need to watch Cabin Boy 95 with Chris Elliott. It is this bizarre movie about a fancy lad who becomes this sailor. It's wild. Anyway.
Interesting.
That was a wild tangent.
I will check now right after this. Nice. Any other big stuff for you from
we got from Dynamite? No. I mean, those were the two big through lines with the Darby and the Will thing.
Yeah.
For me.
I think those were the big things for me from from Dynamite as well. Yeah, Dynamite and that was one of the biggest ones from Collision for me also.
That was. Yeah. I mean, that was sort of a Dynamite Collision-y
double feature
jaunt into Khan's Corner.
Yeah, I think so too. Although I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up that I'm really enjoying Jericho as
yes, dude.
the guy who gets his ass beat by the Demand every week that he shows up on TV, registered trademark.
Yeah. That motherfucker really trademarked that after Ricochet said it.
He really did. That is very, very funny. I appreciate a petty man.
And okay, so I was thinking the other night, Ricochet says this because I imagine that was not pre-planned, unless it was, and Jericho already had the trademark. It felt like it was just a thing.
Yeah,
that Ricochet said.
I feel like it'd be pithier if he had planned it.
Yeah. So, do you think Ricochet should get a little cut of that money?
Nah.
All right, how about this? If you were Ricochet, Jericho makes the T-shirt, Jericho gets T-shirt money from it, you don't. Are you mad if you're Ricochet?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily... Yeah, I feel like mad, yes, payday, no. And that...
Right.
That fuels some of that resentment.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm liking Ricochet. I find myself liking Ricochet a lot more since he's been removed from the feud with fucking Jungle Jack Perry.
So it's the Jungle Jack of it all that really brings the man down for you.
I think so.
Damn, Jungle Jack.
I know. Because now I'm like...
I love Ricochet.
Yeah, because now I'm pretty up on Ricochet. Like, the Rico salt is also really, really funny.
There's also something about a guy who can take his laugh that everyone made fun of on the internet and then make it a part of his entrance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, where you just hear that ominous laugh.
Yeah.
Like it's like echoing through a cave. It's very funny. I'm pretty up on Ricochet.
What is this? You know, what do you make of this when they say we demand that you throw them up? What is this, a D?
My impression is it's a D for demand.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I did. But in the three of them?
Yeah, and there's three of them, so I feel like it's also just like kind of a cool hand gesture, I guess.
It is kind of cool.
Would be my takeaway.
We need to like make an official Binary Star Wrestling hand gesture, in-ring gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll unveil that.
Yeah. That's right.
So we do have our...
That's when we're aligned.
That's not that imposing, I'm noticing, though.
No, it's not. And that's okay. That's okay. Then that just means that our in-ring gesture will be important.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the other side. It's the binary star of that gesture.
Yeah, dude. This one will be felt as a supernova.
Yeah, that totally.
All right. Collision. We also had some other jazz happening. We've had Kris Statlander against Becca.
That was an interesting one.
Yeah. Okay. Becca's popped up on Ring of Honor, which is a part of Khan's Corner. We might dip a toe in there in just a minute. There. Friends, PSA: we make no money from Tony Khan. The man's a billionaire. But as wrestling fans, you're missing out if you don't watch Ring of Honor.
I agree with that.
We talk about Honor Club regularly. It's got some of the most fun wrestling you'll see. It's got local talent. It's got, Okada was there recently. So you get big names, you get small names, but there's a feel to it that you're missing out. So again, we don't make any money from it.
Yes, subscribe to Honor Club. It's the best. How much is it? It's not even that much, right? It's like $10.
$9.99.
Yeah,
$10.
$10 a month. That's the best $10 a
No
month
ads.
you'll spend. Yeah, no ads.
But you also get, you get Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. We got their pay-per-view. They have some cross promotions that we're starting to get now. Pretty cool.
It legitimately is worth it.
It is.
It legitimately
back
is
to
worth it.
Becky.
Yes, but no, I was happy to see. I feel like this was Kris Statlander's first singles match since her loss to Tekla, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because we have not.
And she gave a lot, dude. Becca came out looking really good in that match.
She did, yeah. And I'm liking this kind of new, angrier Kris Statlander, I guess. Like they've kept the music, but kind of gotten rid of the cosmic killer angle, and it's just more just like, I don't know, dark dethroned princess.
Yeah. She definitely has like a if she was pop space alien before, this is space empress kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I get the like, yeah.
She'd fit in Dune now.
Sure.
She's
yeah.
in the Dune universe. Yeah.
And there's definitely this like, yeah, this kind of like exile feeling.
She's not talking as much. Yeah. Ooh, exile's a good word.
Yeah. She's like, she's still the champ. She's the champ in exile.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a
that.
really
Yeah.
good
So I'm very up on her lately. I mean, I'm always up on Stat. I have her. I think that's her on my wall.
Wasn't she one of the first ones you got?
She was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always liked Kris Statlander, but
Yeah.
I'm more up on her lately. Like, I like this brooding version of her.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time she does the arms, I'm like, oh no, I hope the letters aren't back Cosmic Killer, because it would really mess with the vibe.
I think so too. I feel like this is a natural progression of her sort of character arc. Like, you know, she's more of the kind of silly Cosmic Killer angle when she's like, you know, more up, the champion. But now she's been through a lot. Like, she got mauled in the strap match with...
God. That blood flow, I still remember.
Yeah, that's a gnarly match. And Orbiters, if you have not watched it, go back and watch it. It is very, very good.
It's one of my more favorite matches of the last couple months I've seen.
I really like.
Something about it was so visceral. Anyway, beautiful violence.
It was beautiful violence. It was a very, very solid match. Yeah, so I agree. I'm very happy to see Kris Statlander coming out doing more singles stuff. The women's division needs more singles.
It needs more singles, and it needs a bit more time. I mean, it really does. There needs to be more women's wrestling on the shows.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know time constraints and limits and stuff, but that's been a consistent criticism. Is it's not granted as much time, and it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like they're making moves, and we can get into it more too in our women in wrestling segment. But I think they're making moves. It's not there yet.
Right.
It's not there yet.
Well, all right. So talking about the new women or returning women, we've got Statlander and Hikaru Shida. Are they done now? Like, are they done as a tag team?
I don't think so.
They teamed because they had that, like, she walked off and had the weird whole exchange after the end of the match.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're gonna see more of them together. And I actually like their dynamic. Like the two of them, where they like seem to hate each other, like, but with Hikaru Shida kind of like very like two-faced about it all, kind of.
Dude, it's almost like an inversion of Green Hornet and Kato, where like you have like the silent, brooding Asian mysterious assassin. Like you have the inverse here, where like Hikaru Shida is loud, is big, you know, and then you've got Statlander occupying the space of like the silent killer. I like to see like the inversion of those stereotypes, you know, play out, so we don't keep playing out the same old shit.
Yeah, I mean, it means a new story, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Dude, Shida's music's awesome.
Shida's music is awesome. I've liked her.
It sounds like the X-Men music.
Yeah, I've liked her. I've seen some critique of her, just like a little bit of ring rust or something like that. But I don't know.
I don't know.
I've felt her to be entertaining, and I've enjoyed her partnership with Statlander, and I'm generally excited to see kind of where she ends up going.
Nothing I've seen has made me think ring rust.
I hadn't super either.
I mean, she hasn't been done. She hadn't been done. You can tell I've been living around North Carolina. She hasn't been doing anything that looked extremely flashy, but therein maybe is preventing her from having rust spots.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and there's the possibility that she's the one behind the Tony Storm mystery.
I still think it's our beautiful Mina.
I think it's Mina Shirakawa as well.
Yeah.
That's not even.
In fact, my heart will be broken if it's not me.
Yes, that is. I feel like that's a safe prediction. I feel like that's a safe prediction.
There really is. It's the easiest story, but you don't have to overcomplicate it. It's soap opera. Like, the soap opera's been telling the same stories for 50 years.
Yeah, I mean, humans only have so many stories.
Yeah, I mean, spurned lover
Yep.
harms their ex. That's just universal.
Totally. I'm sure there's fucking Babylonian clay tablets somewhere that tell a similar story.
The fact that you don't know that means you're slipping.
Maybe I am.
I thought you were the lore master, and I propped you up so much earlier. I said, "Y'all, I was talking good on this guy."
Let me fix that. We can even see this story reflected in the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, on some stone tablet. When you spurn your lover, make sure to sleep with one eye open.
That's right. That humanity's oldest message.
We're still in Khan's Corner, dude. Let's go to Ring of Honor.
We sure are. Hey, I'm pretty excited for upcoming Super Card of Honor.
And it does look like a super card.
It really does. I mean, dude, Blake Christian versus Bandito?
I'm really pumped for that.
I really am too. And they had mentioned, Ian Riccaboni had said, he was like, is Blake Christian becoming the new Athena? Like, I think he even said that Blake Christian had not lost a singles match, and it was some crazy number. I'm gonna get it wrong, but it was like 200 days or something like that.
Dude, I missed that. That would be so cool. I would totally be here for Blake Christian as the champ.
I think I could mess with it. How long has Bandito been the champ?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know that off the top of my head.
I want to say like 300 maybe.
Oh,
something.
shit.
ROH World Champ. Let's see.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty up on Blake Christian as well. I really like him and old Big Shotty and the Lethal.
Oh.
How long?
Yeah. About 380 days.
Jeesh.
Yeah.
That is
April 2025.
That's quite a reign.
That is.
Yes, maybe it's time for a change up.
Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time if so Bandito can just keep coming back on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. I would really like that. I'd love to see.
I love. We interrupted our love.
We both love. I would love to see a Bandito Mystico tag team. I'd love to see Bandito and Hechicero as a tag team.
That would be really cool.
Because they're super different too.
Yeah, that would be cool. Dude, Hechicero really did impress me.
Against Claudio, right?
Yes, yeah.
I
love that match. Maybe we skipped over that.
We did, but that one is really good. I'm consistently pretty impressed with Hechicero.
I wasn't when I first started.
I wasn't either.
And I couldn't figure out why. I don't think I liked the, like, he reminds me of, like, the worst caricatures of Anton LaVey for some reason. And then, after about the third time, I was like, no, Chris, you got it wrong. That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And the dark conjurer thing, yeah. I really like it now.
Yeah. I like it a lot too. I'm pretty.
He's just fucking good.
He is. He deserves that spot.
Yeah.
He deserves that. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. That was good.
That was good.
All right. Well, let's go back to Ring of Honor. We skipped away. I think I may have taken us down a rabbit hole. I looked at going up to Supercard of Honor, but that's like 5 hours away.
That seems like a bit of a haul.
It does. I was like, man, that could be cool. But we've got Deonna Purrazzo versus Billy Starks for the Pure
Championship?
Women's Championship. I don't know where that one's going to go. Obviously, they're still really high on Billy Starks.
Yeah.
Who I never see her without her tongue out.
Yeah, she has an interesting image.
I'm not being critical of it. It's not not my favorite image or kind of style that I've seen. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But she's a really good wrestler. But her aesthetic is not for me.
I get that.
Just like my aesthetic is not for most people.
Hey, you're
if I'm gonna slightly criticize, I've got to mega criticize myself. Yeah.
I think your aesthetic is great.
Oh, me making me blush. Anyway, that should be a good match. Billy Stark's wrestling under Pure Rules is an interesting one because I think of her more as someone coming off the ropes, high flyer, taking chances, and Pure Wrestling is all about the purity of the craft, of the skill, not striking, not hitting, right? So that should be an education opportunity.
Yeah,
for her.
that one seems like it'd be really cool. I always like the Pure matches anyway.
I love it. I love this. It's just a weird little rule set, like multiverse wrestling or some shit.
Yeah, I do think that's cool.
All right, anything else in Khan's Corner?
I think that I'm good on Khan's Corner right now.
Well, here's a rarity for you. Long-time fans, long-time orbiters, long-time admirers of the Binary Stars know that we usually stick to Khan's Corner. I mean, anachronistically speaking. But today we are introducing something new, friends. We are making our way over to WWE
Corner.
So by now, if your eyes don't work, friends, we are spelling corner with not one, not two, but three H's in honor of our own big-nosed friend, Paul Triple H Levesque.
Solid.
Dude, each company has somebody known for the size of their nose. That is hilarious.
It's a necessary part of a wrestling promotion.
That's right. Dude, there have been some shenanigans going on over there.
There have. And that's one of the reasons why we felt like we needed to introduce this WWE Corner segment. Like,
yeah.
We would be remiss if we were not at least addressing some of the crazy shit that's going on. Like, between WrestleMania, which, you know, I understand did kind of pick up steam by the end of the second night, but I was hearing some not positive reviews after night one of WrestleMania.
No way, dude.
Like, I actually told this story to Kris, but I was out walking around in a city nearby wearing this hat, this AEW hat, and as I'm walking down the street, there's a dude walking out of a bar, and he stops me and is like, "Yo, is that an AEW hat?" And at first, that's never happened to me before. So at first, I was like, "Oh no, man, it's a wrestling." Oh yes, it is an AEW hat. And so he was like, "Have you been watching WrestleMania?" And it's like, "Oh, I watched some highlights from day one." And the dude was literally like, "It ain't it." He was like, "It ain't it, man. I'm hoping the next night is better, but tonight ain't it." And he legitimately said that he was going to start looking into AEW. And I can appreciate that this sounds like one of those stories that ends with, "and then everybody clapped for me." But like, I swear this is what happened. My wife will back me up that this did occur. So it's like, people are interested. People are interested in AEW, but at the same time, I feel like your average kind of day-to-day fan is not as invested in this kind of like hardcore tribalism of of the dub is vastly superior or WWE crushes it in every metric. Like, there are reasons to like both. Right. We as a Binary Stars tend to gravitate more towards the AEW Ring of Honor side of things for many reasons, moral and technical, but there's still a lot to like. There's still a lot to like within the wrestling world as a whole.
Absolutely. There's good people over there. There's good performers. We're both big fans of Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. There's still really good wrestlers over there that are really good people in the midst of a company that is struggling to be good.
Yeah.
How about that? Right. So WrestleMania, though, there was some good stuff that came out of it. Apparently, the Punk Roman match, which I did go back and watch some highlights of, was rated by Dave Meltzer as one of the best WrestleMania main events that he's ever seen.
That's pretty good praise.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do want to check that out.
Yeah, I need to watch the full thing.
I know that the amount of wrestling that happened between the two nights was only somewhere in the neighborhood of like 3 hours or something. Like,
I saw a breakdown where it was like the amount. It was almost like it could be broken up into thirds, where one of the thirds is wrestling time, one of them is talking time, and one of them is commercials and ads. And so,
on fucking WrestleMania.
Yeah, so you end up with like a roughly equal amount of commercials and ads to actual wrestling, which
That's wild.
that's not a good ratio. I mean, private equity destroys creativity.
Yeah. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, that
And we
stamps
know
I'll
that
die
they
on.
destroyed their. We know that that the private equity destroyed their main event for night one. Ari Emanuel, TKO chairperson, who is also Pat McAfee's agent, said, "Hey, put him in the angle."
Yeah, and people did not love that.
No, apparently they quit. McAfee and Jelly Roll both quit, and said, "Hey, we don't want to be doing bad stuff for wrestling." So apparently they were supposed to continue the feud.
I heard it was supposed to be like an
SummerSlam.
ongoing, all the way to SummerSlam is crazy.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
I didn't realize it was supposed to be that far. I knew that it was supposed to be a
Or
continuous
maybe not.
thing.
Maybe just a backlash.
I feel like,
Yeah. Either way, any amount would have been too much.
Yeah.
And so they bounced from it.
Good for them.
But private equity does destroy creativity. I got to remember that.
Yeah, private. And then with with WWE recently dropping their releases.
Right. On the heels of what they touted was the most financially successful WrestleMania of all time.
I mean, it's going to be financially. They would be fine, I feel like, catering to a crowd of 10 that each paid $1 million.
I 100%. Yeah. As long as they could keep the number growing, that's what they're interested in.
Yeah, the line must go up. Like, above all things, the line must go up.
So as their line's going up, other people's are going down. I mean, they cut some people from the roster that were never going to be big, huge players.
Sure.
But they did cut some people that were surprises. The Motor City Machine Guns, one of the most influential tag teams of the last 20 years. Kairi Sane, who was in the midst of an active feud with Asuka, has all the potential to keep climbing. But then one that got you and I both was Aleister Black.
Yeah. That's a wild one.
Less than a year.
Yeah. He was there for not very long.
And his wife too. They're both gone now.
Yeah, that one's a strange one. Like, even when I was telling you, like, when I was at SmackDown last, he was even in one of the Eliminator matches with, I think it was him, Randy Orton, and Solo Sikoa. So going in, you knew that he would probably lose, but still, he performed well. His aura upon entering, like, very cool effects and everything like that. You know, I was pretty impressed with his WWE version, and so was pretty surprised that he just got, hard dropped.
Just done. Going back a second, I said his wife also. Zelina Vega is an accomplished professional wrestler on her own, unaffiliated to Aleister Black. I just spoke with speed for convenience sake, but I suddenly realized, dude, give Zelina Vega the credit because she's awesome.
Yeah, nice.
And it makes no sense why either of them has been cut. They were investing in both of them. Zelina Vega was the second United States Women's U.S. champ. So she's in the history books of WWE. She had a really big win over Rhea Ripley at a Backlash when she teamed she lost to Rhea Ripley at Backlash, but was fighting Rhea Ripley on a big stage in Puerto Rico. So like they were high on her.
Yeah, she's not.
Aleister Black the same way.
Yeah, neither of them were like low cards, really. But no, now seems like they just got.
I heard that they just had big salaries, and when they're looking for ways to bring in new people, either from NXT or other acquisitions, rather than just siphoning off money from executives, they just cut their actual wrestlers.
That tracks.
Tracks.
That tracks with the kind of ethos of like, private equity line go up type mentality.
That's right.
It's like, hey, if to them that juice ain't worth the squeeze. So yeah,
that's a good line. Yeah. Dude, you're on them tonight, man. Like I'm gonna watch our show not just for the humor and the wrestling, but I'm like, wait, I need that pun, I need that line.
Hey, there's a good one. It's worth keeping a few in your back pocket. Like
That's right.
At any given time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think there's much else for me going on over in WWE Corner.
I'm feeling pretty good about the WWE Corner.
Yeah.
But whoa.
Is it time for
Where is he?
All right, friends, it is time. With the music that summons the beast himself, it is now your turn to find him.
And as is tradition, per usual, we will give you a short amount of time, followed by some music that is similar to but legally distinct from the Jeopardy music. When that ends, that signifies the end of the Finding Ishii segment. Be the first to let us know where Ishii is and receive a reward.
Yeah, and if you can't find Ishii, don't worry. Ishii gonna find you.
If you don't see Ishii, it means he's coming for you.
Ishii gonna find you. Oh my God. I pray for the day where he discovers this.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that day.
And we become best friends, the three of us.
Yeah, and then he's the third binary star.
The trinary stars.
The trinary stars with Ishii.
Dude, that would make my life.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
and Ishii, it's like the rule with tornadoes. Like if you see Ishii and he does not appear to be moving, it means he's coming at you.
That's right. If he is just standing still, you're dead.
Yeah. That just means he is coming at you.
If you detect the stillness of Ishii, it's too late.
Yes. Let us know. Let us know where Ishii is, if he is coming at you or not.
I mean, we can keep talking about it, but guys, y'all can pause the video. I mean, we could keep talking for hours about our boy, the Stone Pitbull, but if you need more time, just pause it. You won't have the fun music.
That's true. Nice. So, shall we move to our Women in Wrestling segment?
Yeah, this is another one of those segments that we've woven in throughout the ethos of Binary Star Wrestling, but we've never popped it out quite in the way we're doing now. Women in Wrestling, dude.
Yeah, nice to have a distinct segment.
It is. It's important, and it's important because of mistakes like the one I just made, where we still live in a world where we have to unlearn attaching value to people based on who they're married to.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
And what their gender is exclusively. And so, those subconscious things we got to change. And one of the ways I think we get to do it is by adding a different voice in the wrestling ethos, in the ecosphere.
Yeah, I definitely think so too.
We prop them up. We use the voice we got.
That's right. Try to make a little difference if possible.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've already talked about a good amount of the we've talked about a good amount of the women in wrestling stuff that I had my notes on, just sort of peppered throughout the show. One that we did not mention that I thought was interesting is the change of Marina Shafir's look. And
Say some more.
I'm kind of wondering what that signifies. Like, she's got like a more ornate looking appearance. Minor technical difficulties in the binary star world.
But it means they got to enjoy the graphic that, listen, has been on air a couple times, but I didn't notice it till the last time. The drop kick unto the modem head.
That's right.
Dude, oh my God, that was hilarious.
Sometimes.
So it just means they got to see it.
That's right. Sometimes we have binary star technical difficulties because the powers that be are trying to interfere with our brightness.
Dude, more and more I just like, whenever there's a tech issue, I'm just like, whatever like Emperor Overlord is gunning for us can just suck a fat one.
Yeah, that's my
You hear
thinking
that?
too.
You hear that, multiverse?
Yeah, I dare you to do something about it.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, we'll super suplex and scala your ass.
Hell yeah. So did you?
All right, back to women in wrestling.
Back to women in wrestling. Did you have anything in addition for women in wrestling? 'Cause I only had one other thing, but if you had anything, you can go first.
No, no, you rock it, brother.
The last thing I had for women in wrestling is that I miss Jamie Hayter.
Yeah. So I think I came to like her the way you came to like Darby. I didn't hate her perhaps the way you hated Darby at first, but whereas you loved Jamie Hayter, I was always kind of like, But every week that she's had a segment, more and more I just think that's a woman who would beat the shit out of anybody, and therefore she would beat the shit out of me. And it feels so real. Like she and Tekla have like a realness to them, you know, like their characters feel alive.
I think so too. And yeah, like Jamie Hayter has a certain gravitas to her. She has a distinctive presence, like even unique from Alex Windsor. Like, yeah, she's a part of the Brawling Birds, but like she is still Jamie Hayter as well. And like I
still got the 70s vibe.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Like I love her like ensembles. I love the like the like flowing locks. Those are super cool. And like, dude, Hayter.
How about the chipped tooth?
I've come to like it. That is one that I have grown to like, because at first I was like, "Guh,"
like get it fixed.
Yeah, I'm like, "God, her mouth is fucking jacked up, brother."
What you working on up there, Hater? You chopping some down with them? Look like from my kinfolk.
But now I want to open up my own fucking Haterade stand.
It's such a great move.
Yeah, like I have become a huge fan of Jamie Hayter.
All right. You asked me before, did I want to mention somebody? They didn't pop to mind. They did now. And that is Trish Adora. Because what would you take and what would you rather get hit with? The Haterade or the Lariat Tubman?
I'm leaning towards the Lariat Tubman because I think that the Haterade would awaken something inside of me.